Do you have to pay to go to flight school, or do you have to go to flight school? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Kelly here. If you are new to the crew, you already know what to freaking do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and turn on your post notifications so you can get notified every time I post a new video. If you click on this video, then you are also curious to know the answers to the questions that are most frequently asked about flight attendants, and I am here to answer them for you. First question that I usually get when people ask me is, how long is training? Training, depending on what airline you work for, can range from 4 to 8 weeks. I've never heard anything longer than 8 weeks. My training was 6 weeks, and my training was unpaid. Some airlines do pay you for training. Some give you like a sign-on bonus. It really depends on which airline you work for. But mine was 6 weeks unpaid, but it ranges from 4 to 8 weeks. A big one that I get is, what is the pay and benefits? I do have a separate video lined up for pay and benefits that I personally received with my airline in my first year as a flight attendant. But I could say for me personally, it was not that much. I will go into details and give you guys a month by month how much I got paid and also benefits. But I would say the benefits are actually really good. We do have 401k. They do match up to like 3 or 4% or something like that. Flight benefits, medical, dental, and vision benefits. You can fly on other carriers, which is so good because if my airline doesn't go to a certain destination, another airline might, and we are partners with them, then we can fly on their airline and vice versa. And we have many other benefits, like little stuff like being able to go to many other gyms by paying like one membership a month, but you would get access to so many other gyms, like little cool things like that. Discounts on hotels, car rentals. We are laying over at hotels, we get discounts on food. People often like to ask me, do I do these routes often? The answer, long story short, is no. As a new flight attendant, when you're in your first to 5 years, really, you don't really get a say of where you're going. It kind of depends, especially when you're on reserve. You have days where you're on call, so they just kind of like give you whatever is open or whatever they need you to work. However, when you are a line holder and you do have seniority, you get to make up your own schedule, kind of choose where you want to work, how long you want to work, how many flights you want to do per that day, how many days you want to leave for that trip. So you kind of have a little bit more leeway depending on your seniority. This whole flight attendant thing is seniority based. The more seniority you have, the more leeway you kind of have with your schedule and like what you do and what you fly and all that good stuff. Another question I usually get asked is, do I have to speak many languages to become a flight attendant? No, there are many flight attendants in the United States who work for my airline who only speaks English, and that is the main requirement. If you're trying to work out of the USA, you need to know English. You need to be fluent, be able to speak and understand, write and read. If you speak another language, kudos to you. They do pay you more if they're hiring and looking for speakers in those languages. Like for me, I am currently applying to become a French speaker, so that way I can have more French routes and destinations if they need a French speaker on those flights. So if you are a speaker, you can do your research, look into it, but you need to be fluent in English. Do you have to pay to go to flight school, or do you have to go to flight school? My answer is no, absolutely not. You do not have to do that, you guys. Like, I remember flying with someone and she was like, oh my gosh, I totally want to become one, but I just don't have the funds to pay for flight school. If you pay for flight attendant school, you want to work for a commercial airline in the United States of America, you are going to be wasting your money. There's no need for you to pay for flight school because your airline, once you apply for them and you get hired with them, they're going to train you for everything that you need to know based on their protocols, following FAA guidelines and all that good stuff. So you do not have to pay for flight school. You don't have to go to flight school. You just have to apply for your airline. Another question that I usually get is physical requirement. I don't know if I should put this in a separate video that talks about requirements they need to be for flight attendant, but physical one, you do need to be over 5 foot, I believe, because you have to be able to reach not only to close the overhead bin, but also inside the overhead bins. And I think that's all in terms of physical requirement. They don't really have like a weight requirements. They don't really measure that. I think that I don't know. I don't think they do that. They didn't do that with me. You just need to be able to fit on the jump seat, and the jump seat is the flight attendant seat. You need to be able to strap yourself in there. That's all. New hire flight attendants usually don't have the same days at all. My days can vary. Like right now, I'm currently in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's so sunny. I could have went out today and went on a walk. And then tonight, I'm gonna end up in Minnesota. I think Mississippi or Minnesota, one of the M's. And you see, I never know where I'm going or where I'm gonna end up. And but that's the beauty of it, right? Like I get to see different cities, different states, and just to walk around and visit. if you want to, so it never looks the same. Really just have to make the best of it. This job can be very isolating if you choose it to be, because sometimes you have a lot of coworkers who just want to stay in their room. We call those slam clickers. But you have other flight attendants who want to go out. I would say, like, you know, maximize this job and go out and have fun. You know, don't do anything you wouldn't do back home. Like for me, I would not go out past a certain time. Just the sun is down, I'm in my bed, like I'm in my room, you know, doors locked and everything like that. Just make sure you are safe always. But I would say it can get very lonely, it can get very isolating, because you're away from family a lot, you're away from friends, your friends don't have the same schedule as you, and it's kind of hard, but you can do it. You can do it. So it is something to consider if you want to become a flight attendant, or if you are in, you know, the process of becoming a flight attendant. Another thing is, it's kind of like a myth rumor that flight attendants cannot have relationships. I know plenty of flight attendants who are married, who have children, and yes, they were already married when they got this job, but like for me, for example, when I started as a flight attendant, I did not have a boyfriend, and now I have a boyfriend, and it's gonna be going on a year, and I've been a flight attendant for almost 3 years now. So it depends on the person that you're dating, if they can understand. I've heard a lot of horror stories that their partners just don't understand this lifestyle. They don't trust them because there's a lot of rumors about flight attendants, which can be true, but not really for most flight attendants. You know, a lot of us don't have time for that. We're too tired. But, you know, it depends on your partner. If you have a supportive partner who understands. Luckily for me, my boyfriend, he works where he has to be away as well. So he understands how it is to be away all the time for work and all that stuff. So, you know, just finding someone who kind of understands this lifestyle. And I don't want to make this video too long. That's all I have. I haven't done a sit down video in so long, so this was very, very fun. If you guys like these kind of videos, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any more questions down below. I'll be glad to make a part 2. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you.